The Pokemon TCG is going to be changing forever in some fantastic ways. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about everything that has been announced so far for the Generation 9 Pokemon TCG sets. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Next Level TCG. And that is right. The Pokemon Company has made several massive, huge, game-changing announcements for Pokemon TCG Generation 9 set, Scarlet and Violet base, and I'm going to assume it's going to be throughout at least the entire Scarlet and Violet era, if not moving forward forever. Absolutely huge. What are your initial thoughts, Nate?
Oh my God, like finally, that's my initial thought, honestly. Some of these changes that we're going to be talking about here today, I feel like a lot of us have been talking about for years.
Yes.
And we're finally seeing it here. So I am super excited for what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be phenomenal. It almost feels like the Pokemon Company has been listening to our podcast, listening to our videos, because they've done a lot of things that have, we've discussed. So just saying it's going to be fantastic. First and foremost, guys, we're getting a lot of our news and updates from two particular sources, and that is PokeBeach.com and PokeGuardian.com. We talk about it all the time here on the channel. They are fantastic sites, and you can really just follow them like on Twitter or something like that to get very easy, quick updates as well. They post very, very frequently on those sites. A very good follow, highly recommended. And they've done a lot of fundamental changes. That's right, actual fundamental changes after 25 years of printing Pokemon cards a certain way here in English. Now, most of these changes do pertain to the English sets. Instead of like the Japanese releases, they're actually going to end up being more similar to the Japanese releases. And we're going to review some of those right now. Nate, what's the first change that you want to talk about here for the Pokemon TCG?
Yeah, I would say arguably the biggest one is a visual change, right? I know you guys have all seen it out there, but we're finally getting the gray borders that they get on the Japanese cards. And my gosh, I know every single time I've opened up Japanese, booster boxes and just packs or whatever, it's something I say every single time, like, man, these gray borders look so much better than our super bright yellow borders. And it's something I know, I'm not the only one that's felt like that, we should have had those gray borders a long time ago. So that's something I'm super excited for. I love how it's kind of unifying now. Our cards don't look, not that they looked like a totally different game before, but I just always felt like, the Japanese cards were kind of like official, and then like we had English Pokemon cards, right? But now that they're like they make them look like the Japanese cards, I'm super excited about that. So that's the first change I wanted to talk about here today, and I think arguably the biggest change.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest change for me, in terms of collectability and visuals. And like, how many times have you had a fantastic card just be ruined by a bright yellow border? And the perfect example of those are the standard trainer gallery cards that we just got in a lot of these new sets here at the end of Sword and Shield, to where the Japanese versions of these cards are just so much better looking because you don't have this really bright, vibrant yellow border surrounding it, just really intruding on the wonderful artworks. Like, just look at the Charizard trainer gallery. Look at the English yellow border right next to the silver gray border of the Japanese one, and tell me which one you think looks better. It's not even a conversation. It's really not. No. Do I think it's going to be kind of tough to get used to for the standard cards? Yes. The yellow borders did not bother me on the standard cards that have the colored border for the green, red, and blue for the typing of the Pokemon. Yeah. Those are fine, right? Those there's not going to be a big visual change in those, in my opinion. But where we're going to see the biggest changes are the really, really good chase cards. And a lot of people complaining about the yellow borders. Like, I brought this up and I told them, I said, when was the last time that we had a massive super chase card that had a yellow border? Like, yeah, Nate, think about it. When was the last time that you had a chase card that was yellow border? And of course, someone said, "Oh, the Charizard Trainer Gallery." I'm like, cool. It's like $7. Like,
exactly.
We're talking about chase cards, right?
I would say, like, Pretty much, if you're talking massive chase card, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's the Radiant Charizard. That's like probably $15 now.
16
That's
bucks
not a
now,
massive
yeah.
chase in my book. So
Charizard
yeah, I'd have
reprint
to say,
celebrations, right? But that's a base set reprint,
yeah, that set's a little. I mean,
different.
you got a lot of nostalgia in that
Yeah.
set. It's definitely very different. So if we're not talking about celebrations, I mean, I honestly can't think of any real modern set that
Yeah.
has a massive chase with yellow borders on it right now.
None. V cards had black borders. Full arts had silver borders, gray borders. The alternate arts have gray borders, silver borders. Rainbows, rainbow borders, right? Gold, borders. Like, there has not been massive chase cards with these yellow borders. It's just going to fundamentally change the way that we look at the cards as we go through them. And it's going to be easier on the eyes. The one thing that I hope they change along with this is I hope we get the same card stock that they use in Japanese, because the card stock feels so good. We've had no confirmation of that sort of a change. It might just be a visual change, but I hope it's more than that, and they give us the new card stock too, because it just feels good. Quality's
I
better.
agree with you. Yeah, those, like, if you have a chance to pick up even a pack of Japanese cards, check them out, because Travis is right. Like, the card stock it's like smoother. The cards slide across each other really nice.
Yep.
You don't hear like any friction between the cards, which suggests that they're not, there's way less chance of, scraping, like, the surface of the card that is behind the one you're looking at. Yeah, I was going to bring that up if you hadn't brought it up a little bit later, saying that, yeah, I 100% hope that they do that. And I think that would lead to more people feeling like the quality has gone up as well if they use that, if they use that card stock as well, because it feels a much higher quality.
I agree. What are some other changes that we have coming?
Yeah, so another change is that we're not going to have any more set symbols. So not a big change, right? But no more set symbols, which I'm kind of 50-50 about it. It doesn't really bother me that much, because some of the symbols can get confusing, right? Some of them look pretty similar to one another. So, going to this format where we're essentially going to have, so for like, I almost said Sun and Moon this time, Scarlet and Violet, we got too many
Everything's
names here. So
Scarlet, Sword, Shield, Sun.
Exactly. So for Scarlet and Violet, down in the bottom corner, much like a Japanese card now, exactly like the Japanese cards now, it'll say SV for Scarlet Violet. So it'll say SV1 and then EN for English. So they're also going to put the language, like a code for the language down there as well. So no more set symbols. It's all going to be kind of like a code. So like I said, I'm kind of, it's not a big change. It's not something that makes me go like, oh, you shouldn't have done that or anything like that. But I always thought the set symbols looked kind of cool. But what are your thoughts on that?
I do too. It's not a big change for me. I actually think that the new set symbol type style they're going for is going to make it easier to organize, easier to understand, right? SV1, SV2, SV3, that sort of a thing. The one thing that kind of is like, is the fact that they put EN on it for English, right?
I thought that was kind of strange too. Well, it
really makes you, because it's a fact, it really makes you go, oh gosh, we are the reprints. Like, Japanese is the original. We are the reprints here, but it almost, I don't want to say like it diminishes it, but it almost makes it feel a little bit diminished that you have to put EN on it for English. Now, if they do that for every language, okay, fine. I get at that point, SV1 FR for French, SV1 SP for Spanish, like that would be cool, but the Japanese still has their own stuff. They don't have a J. It doesn't say JAP, it's just SV1S. There is one difference though, that's going to be on there as well, is the rarity symbols, right? So in Japanese, they go with the RR for like ultra rare, right? R for rare, double R for ultra rare, so on and so forth. And I actually kind of like the way they're doing it now. They gave us the star for the rare, like usual, and now they give us 2 stars for ultra rare, which, dude, like, I'm thinking about this and I'm like, dude, if they give us like 3 stars for full arts and 4 stars for gold and 5 stars for alternate art. Like, that would actually be pretty cool, man. Like, seeing just 5 stars, you know, staggered across the bottom, just like that would be awesome, dude.
No, I agree with you. That's always something that I've kind of felt was kind of strange about Pokemon cards. Like the rarity symbol, like not much changes about the rarity symbol after you hit a holo, right?
Yeah, it's still just
sometimes it's
star.
It's a star. Sometimes it's, you know, a little sparkly or something like that. But
Shoo.
yeah, so I think it's super cool. You know, that they're doing that, and it'll help us, you know, kind of again, you know, better organize our cards as well. Now we know, you know, double R goes here, double star goes here, all our 5-star Arcanines go here. It's gonna be awesome.
We can't get through a damn episode of recording without you talking about Arcanine, dude.
I know.
I can't, dude. I just want you to understand that by the time Scarlet and Violet 2 comes out, you are not going to see Arcanine again until Generation 10, and I hope you've accepted that.
I did enough whining in Gen 8 that I'm happy. I'll be quiet for a while now that I have my Arcanine.
Nice. There's some other big changes coming, man. So like let's talk about the pack layout, dude. They got some big changes there. What do you got?
Yeah, so pack layout is definitely going to be different. Now we are going to be guaranteed with a capital G, at least 3 foil cards per pack. So they do use the term foil, which I'm not a big fan of. I understand why they use foil and why companies like MJ Holdings company uses foil as well as a term. You know, I think they're using that because they're going to be including reverses as well. I don't know if I've heard much detail about reverses or you know, anything else like that right now for the upcoming era. But yeah, so they use the term foil, but I think it's awesome, right? And another reason why, and I think we'll talk about this point in a little bit, there's a price change coming as well. And I think that without making a change like they did to have a guarantee in the packs, the price change would have been taken way more
harshly,
a lot worse, a lot more harshly for sure. But yeah, the pack layout, I'm super excited. Pack tricks are going to change, I'm thinking here.
There may not even be one. Like, it could just be the last three in set. And most other TCGs do that. You know, most other TCGs, like you know, Card Fight Vanguard and other things, like they have just, you know, your 2 rares are your last 2 cards in your pack, you know, and it's just the way that it is. It'd save a lot of time shuffling cards in the dang streams, that's for sure. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah. I stopped doing card tricks.
Well, every stream I'm like, do I have to do them? And people are like, yeah, we really like when you do the pack track. I'm like, come on. It's like, I could probably cut my stream in half if I could get rid of it. Easily. I know you've cut the unboxing videos down quite a bit by skipping the pack.
30-minute video turns into like a 10-minute video when you don't do pack tricks. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you there. You know, the foil thing all but confirms to me that yes, we're going to be getting reverse holos back inside Generation 9, which does stink. But the other weird thing is every time I talk about reverse holos, like on any of the socials, like there's always like an army of people who love the reverse holos. I'm like,
there always is. Yeah.
Always. I'm like, why do you guys, where are you guys? Like all the time, because like strange behavior, but hey, to his each own, I guess, you know?
Right.
But yeah, 3 foil cards in every single pack and a guaranteed rare. And every single rare is a holographic, which is also really, really cool. That is another thing they took from the Japanese style sets is when you open up Japanese packs, every time you get a rare card, it is holographic. There's no regular rares in the Japanese Pokemon TCG. And I love the fact that they're bringing that here because there's nothing less exciting than a regular rare card. There just isn't. It really makes a pack feel so unsatisfying.
Yeah.
I understand that with every single pack carrying a holographic, the values will probably be the same. The holos are probably going to be just as much as the regular rares are in today's TCG. That's not the point. The point is, how does it feel when you open it up? We did an entire video about pull rates and how they're hurting the Pokemon TCG a couple of weeks ago. And I stand by that. And literally like a couple of days after we posted that video, we get this news information about guaranteed holographic rare in every single pack and 3 foil cards in every single pack, which are huge just in terms of how does it feel to open product. Kids are going to be so much happier opening Pokemon TCG cards because they're going to get a guaranteed holographic card, guaranteed reverse holo card, and there's 3 foils. So I don't know what that last slot's going to be. Is it going to be a Paldea Gallery? Is it going to be 2 holos in every pack? 2 reverse holos in every pack? Is it going to be a guaranteed ultra rare? Because they did have that flat term, like you said, of just foil, it really does make you go, there's a lot of options here.
Yeah.
So
it's I think you know, it's a good move ultimately. Like you said, it's going to make the experience of opening the packs way better, and I think that's something that they've been lacking here on their reprints, especially not necessarily on their new releases, because we talked about this all the time too. It always seems like pull rates are way better, but the reprints have been very disappointing for the last few sets in terms of pull rates. So yeah. Again, I think they just, they sat down, they listened to our podcast, and they were like, you know what, guys, they're right. We need to make the call. 2 days later, they went out, they made the call. So, yeah.
We didn't get any messages or anything, man. I check my emails all the time. And
oh, no, I got it. I got the emails.
Did you?
Sorry, I forgot to tell you. I got so excited, I forgot to tell you. Pokemon International reached out.
I mean, how much have they paid already? Like for,
paid. We'll have to talk about that off screen.
Is that a new Bugatti you're driving? I'm like...
I finally got the plush, the $500 plush Arcanine.
There you go. They just sent it to you.
Payment.
Yeah,
that was our payment. I was like, no cash. Send me that. Arcanine.
No cash, please, guys. Just some gift cards to PokemonCenter.com, and hopefully they won't ban me when I try to log in.
Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother video right there.
Yeah. Man. So and on top of that, I think they really need. So one of the bigger problems, in my opinion, is the difference between special sets and regular sets. Special sets feel so much better to open than regular sets do, right? That's why there's always so much hype around things. And just look at the hype around Crown Zenith right now. And I mean, obviously we've not opened a pack yet, but I'm telling you guys, that set is going to be freaking gangbusters when you finally get to rip some packs. It's going to be hit after hit after hit after hit. And then they're going to give us Scarlet Violet base. And if they would have had the same type of pull rates and things that we've had to Sword and Shield, it's going to be like, well, this blows. I guess I'll just wait for that, second, third round of Crown Zenith coming out in another couple of weeks. And I think they want to avoid that by making standardized sets feel better to open too. And the other thing is I think that having these yellow borders basically retired, we are now going to have this yellow border era, which I think is going to be awesome. Like really early on, it's not really going to be like a thing because they're still going to be putting, Brilliant Stars inside collection boxes, Silver Tempest inside collection 10s, like we'll still be getting it. But like 10, 15 years from now, when we're still collecting Pokemon because we're so mature, it's going to be like, hey, man, do you remember the yellow border era of Pokemon? Yeah, the first 25 years of Pokemon was yellow borders. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, it's such a cool thought, dude. Like what do you think about, potentially, 20 years from now, people going, hey, do you remember the vintage yellow borders?
Right. Yeah. Oh, man, that's going to make me feel old when they're starting to call those,
vintage yellow borders.
Yellow borders we had all the way up to here, but when yellow borders become vintage, that's when I know I'm like, dang, I'm really old now.
Going to your local game store in your walker. I'm looking to trade in my vintage yellow border Pokemon cards. Oh, yellow border? I haven't seen these in years.
Oh my God!
I can see the headlines already. Man finds yellow border collection in abandoned storage unit.
Whoa!
No way! Man. And there's Pokerev. There's Pokerev going up in his walker.
Right? Oh man. What was I going to talk about? I
don't know. I threw you off.
You brought up a good point there. And it's a quick point I want to make. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. openings are gonna feel kind of weird, right?
Very weird.
In the beginning, when we have, like you said, Brilliant Stars packs, Lost Origin packs, and then we have Scarlet Violet, two Scarlet Violet packs in that
Oh yeah,
Pikachu EX box, because we're gonna get a Pikachu EX
two
box.
sets with yellow borders, and then the new set with the gray borders. It's gonna be
Like
strange.
it's gonna feel kind of weird. Your bulk pile is gonna look all jangled up now with
No.
different colors and
No,
stuff. Like,
you're gonna have to
you gotta
separate them. If I watch you do an unboxing and I see you mix yellow borders with gray borders, you're fired. You're fired instantly.
I don't got time. I just gotta get those packs out. I gotta get packs going, But yeah, that's it. Sorry, I just wanted to make that quick point because that's gonna feel weird because that's how they always do it, right? Like every all of our boxes now, anytime a new set comes out, unless it's a special set, there's always a couple older sets kind of thrown in there with it. Stragglers thrown in there, like that Mew box that we just got, 2 Lost Origin, a Rebel Clash, and a Sword and Shield base. Era's weirdest box, I feel like. But yeah, that's gonna be weird. There's a couple of other big changes coming up here though, and one that I had kind of mentioned a little bit before. We got price increase coming. This is not something that we're going to be able to avoid. It sounds like it's pretty much going to be like a at least countrywide. I don't know about worldwide quite yet, but countrywide here, our packs are now going like a single pack blister that you can buy on the store shelf. On the hanger there, comes in the little cardboard. Those were about $3.99. MSRP. MSRP on those now is going to be $4.49 a pack. So we are going up about 50 cents or so a pack, which, when I was saying we got those 3 foil cards in there, kind of justifies it, right? Now there's a guarantee. Okay, I feel a little bit better paying that extra 50 cents that I'm going to pay per pack now.
Yeah, I agree with you. When you mentioned that briefly before, I was like, yes, it's exactly right, because one of the things that has been happening across here in the United States anyway, I don't know what goes on in other countries, but there's 2 things going on at the exact same time, and they're both, I don't want to say screwing the consumer, but they're both screwing the consumer. One, obviously, is inflation, which happens. Yep. It's a natural thing. It happens, but the inflation has been going at such a fast-paced rate. It's really hard for Americans to keep up right now. And the second thing that's happening is what's called the Great Shrink. Companies are adding less product inside of something that you're used to buying, but then also charging you more because of the inflation, right? So when you would buy, I don't know, Windex, you'd get 16 ounces of Windex for $4 5 years ago. Now you're getting 14 ounces of Windex for $6, but they made the bottle look fancier, so it looks like you're getting more of the same. So this is the kind of stuff that's happening in the United States. Yay us. And the one thing that I am kind of like, I'm like, okay, I get this. Yes, Pokemon is following the inflation model. They're increasing their prices 50 cents, which, by the way, almost all retailers already have anyway. When you buy a booster pack from Walmart and Target, they're already charging you $4.49. Pokemon's just putting that profit margin back into their wallets instead of the retailers. Good on them. Now, does that mean that now they're going to be $4.99 at Walmart or Target? They very well could be. I don't know. But for Pokemon, we're actually getting something for our extra 50 cents. We're getting a changeover. We're getting additional holographics. We're getting just a different experience opening the cards, and good changes in my opinion. So I think overall, I'm okay paying an extra 50 cents per pack if I'm going to be getting some guaranteed shine,
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I'm right there. I think it's a good move. It's always a bummer when stuff's, going to be more expensive, but when they justify it the way that they did, being like, we're actually going to guarantee and give you something for that extra, money that you're putting into it. I'm all there for it. I'm game. You're like 100%. I'm cool with that.
Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense because they're going to be buying extra foil. They're going to be, and with the printers being up max, they're going to have more expenses with them putting more product out of the shelves as well. So whatever, it's fine.
True. And then kind of on that note of, prices increasing and things. One thing real quick, I don't know if I've heard of any other products increasing. Naturally, I would assume that I
think it'll be across the board.
The price of a booster pack is going to increase. You're going to see increases across the board. I do agree with you. places like Target and Walmart, Meijer especially. I don't know if you have any Meijer down by you.
Nope.
But Meier's always, $5, $10 more expensive on everything. Yeah. So I mean, it's not like we're not used to it from some places out there. But we're not going to find that, as many online deals as we did before, where I know there's places right now you still find booster packs for $2.99.
Yeah.
If you look
especially
hard
during
enough
the Black Friday deals and the holiday deals. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't feel like we're going to see, any more $2.99 prices or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I would say, definitely, expected to go up even at your favorite LGS where you get the good deals and things like that.
Absolutely.
But another thing I wanted to add as well, kind of on the note, like they're putting three hollow or 3 foil or better in every pack. They're also going to be increasing the amount of packs that they're putting in certain products as well. So our ETBs now are going to have 9 packs instead of 8 standard ETB. And the standard ETBs are going to come with a full art foil card. Yep. So, like in Crown Zenith, we're getting the super awesome Lucario full art. I think it's a Lucario. Is it Lucario V-Star?
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah. So we're getting that beautiful, beautiful card, just like we have in all of our other special sets. But now it's going to be in every regular set.
Yep.
Plus those 9 booster packs. So I can only assume special sets are, maybe going to be like 12 booster packs instead of 10.
Yeah, Pokemon Center exclusives too.
Yeah,
those will probably go up in packs.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I can only assume like with the more specialty items are going to feel maybe a little bit more special because there's more stuff inside of them and things like that. So, again, that goes back to the price increase. But I'm super happy that there's things visually that we can see that they are doing to justify that price increase. It's not just like, Pokemon cards are $4.50 a pack now. Good luck, guys. It's like, hey, they're $4.50 a pack, but we're doing this. We're adding more here. It's going to be awesome. So I'm super happy.
We haven't gotten a price for the ETB yet, but I'm going to assume that the ETB is either going to push, instead of $39.99, I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere in between $44.99 and $49.99 even potentially, because they're throwing the extra booster pack in there. So you already got to think to yourself, just booster packs alone, it's going to be, $4.50 a piece, puts it at $45. Now you have to think about the sleeves, the dice, the promo card, all that kind of stuff where they're going to add it. So I wouldn't be surprised if it comes in at $49.99. But who knows what we're going to be looking at exactly. But don't be surprised to see all of those things go up.
I was going to say just one little point. I hope that they change, and I think this is actually for tomorrow's video, but this just came up. I hope they change the ETB sleeves
and
I hate this ugly matte.
Yes, it's so bad. I don't even use them. I loved using the Sun and Moon ones and the early Sword and Shield. They were great. The shine matte, or the shine front and the silver back was really, really cool. I don't mind it to change the color of the backs, like the gold on the Arceus is pretty, that's fine. Cool. That's cool. But please get rid of that crappy matte. They started doing it in Shining Fates. Shining Fates was the first set to give us that real shitty, and it feels cheaper too. It just feels cheaper. And
it does. And I can tell you they don't last. So I've built decks with them and they pull apart super fast.
They pull apart. You push the card through the bottom. They don't look good inside of a top loader. They don't look good inside of a 9-pocket page. Please, guys, go back to the gloss sleeves. So much better in my opinion. So
yeah, I agree.
But yeah, guys, that's the changes that we know as of now for the upcoming Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Pokemon TCG release in Generation 9. It's going to be really, really cool. I think that this is like a 9 out of 10 for changes. I think they are all good. They're all good changes. The experience of opening cards is going to be better. You're getting more bang for your buck. Even though the buck is going up, I'm okay with it. It's a much needed new generation, new era for the Pokemon TCG, and I'm excited for it. Here on Next Level TCG, guys, we post Pokemon videos 5 to 6 times per week. So if you're into that sort of a thing, make sure you guys drop a sub and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, hit that like button as well. We're going live every single Friday, pack break. So much fun. TCGFunhouse.com, nextleveltradingcards.com to buy into the break if you guys want to come hang out and do that as well. We do giveaways. It's so much fun. Nate, what you got for us to send us home?
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know, if you're a member or if you're not a member yet of the channel, you definitely want to become a member. You can do that by hitting the join button down below. Because I got to say, guys, our first members trivia night went awesomely. Everybody had a whole bunch of fun, and they walked away with, like, I think I probably gave out
Bangers.
over $100 worth of cards easily.
Sheesh.
And they went, 3 people went home with, well, actually 2 people, because one person won 2 alt arts from the night. I gave away 3 alt arts. So if you were a member and you weren't there, you missed out. And if you're not a member yet, hit that join button down below.
That's huge, guys. And don't forget, if you want to level up, you got to be kind and be yourself.